Welcome to the channel of Butterflies and Things. Today we're putting together Dion, a 3D nylon printed doll.
That pink box. Go ahead.
Yes. Pink box. Okay, yes. Oh! Is this what we're talking about?
This is what we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen this before. And it's small.
Yes.
Here's a finger. Here's a finger size S.
Yes. And I have a surprise for you.
And here's another finger size S.
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, I'm going to put this together, right? Yeah. I thought so. Do I need all this little eye business?
Later on.
Okay.
For the moment, you need the purple box.
I need a purple box, okay.
Let me see what's in the purple box. You need to start with that.
Okay, can I pull this out or?
Yes, you can pull it out.
It's a little cage. Okay.
Actually,
This is very pretty, actually.
Let me put this aside because I'm gonna get the other purple box, the other pink box. Go ahead.
This one?
No, this one.
That one? We have plenty of pink boxes.
Because I
ordered something. Ordered something extremely light.
Yeah, from the other company that does these sort of things.
Yeah. Ooh, implement
Of torture.
Yes. All sorts of evilnesses. Right. Okay. Safety first. Oh my goodness. I thought we just had one.
Yes, and that's so. I wanted to show. Hold it up to the audience, please.
I'm trying, but it's wrong side round.
Yeah, this one, the one that was in the cage, was from one company. This is from the other company, and I wanted to see what they did with it. The model is exactly the same, so the machine is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would assume that the model is exactly the same. It just isn't caged.
Yeah.
Also, I made a mistake with the first one, which has now been rectified with this one. It's a small mistake. I'll show you later, and it's not a mistake anymore.
Can I take this out of it?
Yes, go ahead. So, just in case you were worried, if you get it wrong, we have a second one.
I feel so much better now.
I thought you might.
Yes. Well, I'd have to say this feels just as well wrapped as the other one.
So which one do you want to do? The left or the right?
I think this is a better print. You know, if you look at the eyes, I don't know if the camera can look at the eyes.
It's white, so I think probably not.
But yeah, this is a more finely printed one.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a problem, but I need to get rid of all of these.
Yeah, and that's what you have clippers for.
Oh, clippers, yes. Oh, that's tiny.
Well, it is tiny altogether.
It's nice. It's got a lot of.
Yeah, it's actually a clipper for cutting nails on cats, but that works.
I'm gonna start with something innocuous like a thigh or
you can
an underleg, and you want me to cut really close to
if you can, but if you can't, just cut through the middle of the bar, and then we can remove the bar in the second step.
I'll give it a try.
Knips.
Yeah,
there you go.
Is that too tight? Too tight
no, that's pretty good. I have a little bit of it's in the box. There should be on the side some sanding paper, a little bit of black sanding paper. Yeah. So you can do a little bit of cleanup if you like.
La 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 la.
You can also use the craft knife to get rid of some of the bigger cleanup thingies.
But it's really smooth. It's just, you can see it's there's a little bit of
yeah, that's the price you pay. The thing is, if you give them a file that basically a thing like this, it's one file.
Yeah.
But if you give them all the different pieces, it's they have to get somebody to get it out of the printer, and for each one you pay extra. So a model that is affordable in this size becomes like 5 times more expensive. So that's a problem. Because affordable means it's not completely very expensive. I mean, this still costs money.
Yeah, and what kind of, like, how many zeros is this money? Because we know the prices of general dolls, and this is tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, this is even tinier than a tiny.
The thing about 3D printing from Shapeways or from I Materialize is that it goes by size and weight. So if you
can tell you, this is very light.
Yeah, so if you
weighs nothing.
If you have something that weighs practically nothing, it's going to be in the 10s, 20s, 30s, depending on the shape.
Yeah.
But if you have if you double the size on this, you actually, because it's 3-dimensional, you actually do the size times 8 and the price times 8. Yikes. So that is why I went for this doll. If you grab in the box, you have the same doll, but one size larger, and she would be hundreds.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. Here, my little girl. And if you go behind you and unveil her.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
carefully.
I'm afraid I'm gonna pull something.
No, you can do it.
You have more faith in me than I do. Ah, it's too high. Wow. Wow. Oof.
There you go.
Hello. I can't get quite over that. I'm not tall enough.
She would be thousands.
There.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She would be thousands.
A big foot here. That's a foot. And here.
And there we're still in the tens.
Here's a foot. Yep. Well, this is really cute. I mean, this is just a cute a crafting project, actually.
Yeah.
To just do for an afternoon.
Yeah, and this material actually lends well to being painted or dyed. Of course, you would paint it and dye it before you put it together, which we're gonna be putting it together, so we're not dyeing it today.
You're lucky if I can put this together in a reasonable amount of time. Asks a complete novice to put this thing together.
Well.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, yeah. And a complete novice will also want to put stuff together. Otherwise, you're always going to be a novice and never accomplished. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, indeed. You have to go somewhere between. I've never done this before, and I'm now an expert.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a lot of space. Okay, that actually helped to smooth this little edge out.
Yeah.
The rest is okay. And yeah. What shall I do next? Just this. I'm trying not to do like the head or the body at the moment until I know how this clipper works. So I'm doing things that aren't really in your face immediately. Yeah.
The plastic itself is quite tough. That's why you need the clippers.
It is. And there goes the head.
And there goes the head.
This doesn't look like much, but if you see how far this actually goes into this is quite a bit of tension on this clipper thing. Yeah, and so it's not like resin. Resin is actually quite easy to cut compared to this stuff. This is nylon, and it's known for its toughness. That's what people have models built in it, because it's affordable and it's tough. And models, you mean dolls or also other things? Other things. This company that makes that does these prints has a very large following in miniature train models and role-playing models. Yeah, those little role-playing statues.
Exactly. So you print them. This is not even the finest they can go, but of course the finer they go, the more expensive it is. And they can do metals as well, but they can do much finer than this. But it's going to be that much more expensive.
And this is Shapeways, or is this the
This
other
is
company?
Shapeways, and the first model, which is I made a mistake on, and not them. They did it fine. You disagree on the eyes, but yeah, has to do with the orientation of the printer, of the print in the printer. But because the printer is exactly the same. It's a different one, physically a different one, but it's the same model and make.
Right.
So I wanted to try the other company and see what they could do, and
for my fandom for Supernatural, I ordered once a metal.
Yeah, that was from Shapeways.
Shapeways, and it was bronzed something. Bronze type of metal with a bronze.
Yeah.
It wasn't bronze itself, but the outside was bronzed. And
the little things that come up.
Yeah.
They shoot away quite far, and
yeah, I'm trying to
make sure they don't shoot all the way.
They're basically going everywhere.
It's okay. It's okay.
And just to do it as quickly as possible, because otherwise I start forgetting where all those areas are that I just chopped. That's now smooth. And then I've got a really tiny thing. So this is a kneecap, I would assume.
I think that's actually an elbow. Because the kneecap, you have one kneecap over here already.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have to make sure that one gets caught, because this is gonna fly everywhere. Actually, I can hold it. I've just realized. Duh. There's a novel concept. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the elbows I think are completely reversible, so any which way you put them in is fine.
Excellent.
And the knees actually have one side up, but left and right doesn't matter. Legs on arms, of course, left and right does matter.
Okay. Well, we'll get there when we get there, because...
So I think you should start separating now, because I think you're going from one leg to the other now.
Oh, I was absolutely noticing nothing at all about which side I was on.
Put the other set in another pile.
Oh, there's a set?
Well, there's a left set and a right set, but it doesn't really...
I know there is, I was not even... I was just chopping. That was my main cognitive function going on at the moment.
So when you get to this point,
other set,
and you guys start to get doubles, make sure you just make another set,
right.
And then you can more easily figure out which one goes with which one, because then you have at least a leg that's all one side and a leg that's all the other side.
That is handy.
And then you figure out which one, where it actually goes. But at least you know the whole thing is one thing.
But can then the bottom, sorry, the thigh and the shin, or whatever the lower leg is called.
The lower leg. Very boring.
I'm afraid I cut that one a little too deeply. See, there's a bit left over, and it's like a.
Ah, you messed it up. Oh well. If it doesn't work, we can always put it in here. Take one of these.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to see how bad that is, but it's certainly a 0.5 millimeter or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe if you need to, just cut it off first and then cut off the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Just cut off in the middle of the bar. And
well, I'm certainly going to do this with the delicate zone of this doll, because I don't dare to do that, quite frankly. Yep, it's going to go everywhere. Bang! Went all the way over the camera. And
trick shot.
Right, so I'm going to continue go around.
Yeah, and make sure you start divide stuff up, which you are.
Actually, I want to get that hand off.
Yeah,
I'm just
make
going
sure
to
it
do
doesn't
that
jump.
in the middle. No, I'm going to hold it. But then I'll have to figure out. I'll have to sort of like get the little stumps off at some point.
Yeah.
Got a foot off. Ooh, this is fiddly. It won't go in. Go this way.
Yeah, I tried to put the the bars in places that would be flat-ish, but it wasn't always an option.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Don't jump in my face.
Okay.
I think if you're gonna do this and don't wear glasses yourself, you probably should wear some sort of safety glasses, because these things...
I think that's an excellent idea.
The little bits are sharp.
And they do, actually. I'm putting
jump.
my finger on it as I do the cutting, and it just literally jumps into my skin. So it's got quite a bit of force to it. Yeah. Now there's a little...
a divot.
Yeah, because it's the side of the foot. You'll probably still see it and may have to make it prettier later, but at least it's smoothed out. And that one I need to do a second cut on. These straight pieces, which is the ones I started with, are actually a lot easier.
Yeah, the bigger pieces. Because the attachment is going to be more straight.
Yeah. La 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 la.
So you can also try with a craft knife because probably that one needs a little bit of a craft knife.
Yeah, because it's actually...
You can try to shave it a little bit.
Oh yeah, great. Give me a craft knife.
Of course.
My goodness. This is a scary thing.
Something like that.
I'm taking very good care that my finger isn't above. Yeah. Okay, it's doing something. It's kind of like shaving.
Yeah.
And then
it helps you with the stuff that is harder to sand.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go totally smooth, because that will take, I think, 5 times longer.
Yeah, but this is the moment. If you want to go make it completely smooth before you put it together, this is the moment.
Right. Okay.
But for this demonstration, we'll take it as red.
It's getting there. It's looking good.
So the sanding paper I have is just a P360. That's they're not very expensive. They come in sheets. The higher the number, the finer the grain. I don't think you need finer for this, because the material itself is a little bit grainy itself, so you're not going for a complete smooth finish.
Yeah, it's not slippy.
No, that's the way it is. That's the way, because they use a laser beam to heat the nylon to become solid. They have a nylon powder that gets heated with a laser beam in a certain place, and then they put a new layer of nylon powder on. So they build it up like that. So you can actually see if you can you show me the torso? Yeah, if the light strikes it just the right way, I may have to take a picture of it later, sorry. You can see the layers in which it is built up. So this one's set in the printer like this, and I think this one, check. This one actually set in the printer like so, in this direction, and this one was lying down, and you can tell the difference in the lines on the model. How is we doing?
Well, I figure pushing downwards is actually giving me a little bit more leverage to slice, the...
Also advice, don't do this on your mother's good table carpet.
No, just do it on your sister's
good table carpet.
When she asks you to do stupid stuff like,
yes,
you know, your first doll that you have no idea, and I don't work very often with this. The only thing I do with a Stanley knife is cut open packages with goodies.
Yes.
So the rest I leave to my husband, who is
it's just showing that anybody can do this actually. So it just takes a little time.
This is the first foot, and it's so cute. Look, it's
tiny,
smaller than my actual
tiny
pointing finger. But no, it's my second foot apparently, because we've got another foot here. Yeah.
Did you clean it up?
I did, but that was before the whole Stanley knife business happened. So I'm gonna try this.
So if you use a Stanley knife, I would suggest you get a nice sharp one. If you have like one that you use for everything, probably cut off one section and go for the next.
And safety issues, you always close it when you put it away from yourself. You never leave it open. The only reason I'm doing that now is because it's literally here and nobody else is around that's going to grab it. Yeah. So safety issues, especially no kids around. Absolutely no little kid grabby hands because it's so sharp.
Also, of course, these little thingies are not good for kids either. So
no, none of this is good for especially little kids.
And the entire doll has too many small pieces. When she's done, she's going to be like half the size of this one, so she can actually be swallowed by a kid. So no.
Yeah. Depending on
if the kid is really enterprising, it can be swallowed by the kid.
Yeah, I love this thing. Can you tell me more about how to get utensils like this?
It's just eBay, a cutter for pet nails. Yeah.
Oh. See, this is how how much force it puts into. I got a lot of dents in my.
A little almost poor divots.
Oh. Now I don't know where I cut that from, so now I'm not quite sure which. Well, if I find something to sand... Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's not so bad. I find a little bit of sanding gets... if it's a good cut, it's actually just enough. And then you can move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Some of these are slanty-eyed, so I'm gonna do that last. I'm not speaking out of experience. I'm making this up as I go.
Ah, well, this is your experience. And I will, if you make a really big mistake, I will call you back. That
would be nice.
I will. That's actually a difficult cut, but I couldn't do anything else with it than put it there.
I'm gonna do this first, and then take that one out.
Yes.
And then just deal with it. This is the first time that I've had to sort of like make a separator.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to worry about breaking anything. This stuff is really tough. And the bars, you can actually bend them out of the way if you want, if you need to. The doll parts will probably not bend because they're too chunky to bend.
Ooh, that's necessary in this case because this is really the problem. Is I'm having trouble getting this thing wedged in here.
I know, but you can bend it a little.
I can go from this direction.
The other plane.
I'm learning 3D. That's what it is.
Yep.
So if you can just hold the little bum there, because I don't have enough hands. Thank you. Okay, so this is the back of the head, clearly. I got blobbly blob and
so it's pretty important to get this as smooth as you can because it's going to sit on the other side here. So
now that I see how it is, I know that I would never have been able to make that cut because it's actually the cut is this way.
I know.
And not on that plane. But I didn't know that when I was looking at it, but I can see it now. So, wish me luck.
You need to turn around, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to see. Oh,
that's what I meant. the pliers have two sides. A flat side here.
That you hold that against.
And you can make it nice and flat cut. And the other side will leave a lot of space.
Out of which things shoot.
Yes. That's okay. I'm wearing glasses.
Hey, me too.
Just keep your mouth shut.
And you've seen me do this. You know, make it shoot somewhere where it's not gonna hit.
Keep your mouth shut while she shoots.
I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, because I don't have a lot of space here. Click. There it is. Well, it's very smooth. It may even be a little dented.
Yeah, dented at this point is actually that's the one point where it's not such a very important thing because it's going to be on the inside of the head. It's going to sit on the head like so. Like so with one hand. Yeah, like so. So you won't see it.
So I keep lining up the back of this with the actual outside line of whatever piece I'm on.
Yeah.
And the flatter the piece is, the happier I get. And that's not a happy piece, because it's not only not flat, but it's at an angle.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's a doll.
So I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Next I'll make a robot, and then it'll be all flat.
Yeah.
It'll be less interesting.
Wouldn't be the first time you made a robot.
Mm.
Whoops. Oh. Yeah, it's in here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Not too much further to go.
Yeah, we're working on it, and it's gonna go as fast as it goes, which is not fast at all. It's gonna go slow. Okay. Nice. So this is another thigh or something.
I don't think that's an upper arm.
I'm always wrong. When I say it's a leg, she says it's an arm. When I say it's an arm, she says
the
it's a leg.
legs are pretty big. That's an upper arm.
Okay. Just don't listen to me.
Of course, listen to you all the time.
Yeah. And then correct me.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's quite extremely flush, and still that's got a little bit of an edge on it. So just go like that. Should take care of that, and that smooths that out. Yep. That one actually needs
a little help.
Just a tiny shave. Much better. And I can barely even see something come off it, but you can feel it with your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully later it will look better. So I'm gonna go on this side with that.
Yep.
Okay. Last set of things.
Yeah, you have a knee and a hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for this one. This is actually a very small connector. It's like it's such an angle that the printer had problems putting enough.
Yeah, to get the right ratio between how thick the bar needs to be for the printer to actually print it, because it will reject it if the bar is too thin, and how thick it can how thin it can be so it's easily removable is a tricky thing. And this is my solution. It seems to be working, but yeah, it means there's going to be attach points. I think you're going to have to just...
Yeah, this was just getting too annoying. Okay, so I'd rather just start on the straight angle here.
On the straight and narrow?
Now, it's so much detail in that hand that I'm just scared at changing it by...
You have it by the side of the wrist, and that should be... That's the only plain flat piece that is on the hand.
Yeah. That needs a little shave or a little sanding. And then I'm gonna go this one. I'm sure if you do this several times you get better at the with leaps and bounds, because I already feel like I'm learning how to make a judgment on an angle, etc.
Yeah.
So that side actually has a little thingy poking out. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. And put this under here so you don't slice into the...
Yeah. Well, I never actually sliced into it. I know it looks like
no,
it,
but if it's that close, you're going to. I mean, I've done slicing on surfaces that were not suited, so I know exactly how far you can go.
Yeah.
But this one, you need a little bit more of a little helper.
Yeah, this is actually easier because it's a firmer. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we're looking at.
Yeah.
And then of course I need this immediately to just do that. I'm gonna have to see if that was an intentional knuckle. Sorry, what's that called?
No, there should be no bump there.
Okay, well there's a bump there. So
it's probably fine if it's not too big.
We'll see.
It's gonna fall into the wrists, and it's here. At this point.
Okay.
The wrist.
That's a hand. Whoop. Wow, this thing is slippy. And this is just awkward because it's... Oh, no. There we go. Boing!
Well, that hit the ceiling.
That went quite a way. And I thought, shall I put my finger in front of that? But this is a point where I just don't have enough fingers, so...
Yep.
I decided not to take an extra effort and...
Yeah, well, this is why people have workrooms, so they can make this kind of mess.
That's over there. And now, what's left is the head. It's got sticky out bits. And the body. I prefer to go with the body first, because I feel that's less disastrous if I mess it up. Yeah. Ouch. Whoa, smooth. Sweet. Yeah. Those are okay because they're straight angles.
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the owl card on this one.
Soon. You're nearly done.
Almost done.
Let me know if you can't do any more and I'll do the last few.
Okay, well I may just ask you to do the one on top of the head because I'm just a little bit scared for that one.
Okay.
But until then, yeah. This will be difficult. So, because it was an angle, I think this would be served with a little bit of shave. Yeah, it's so much easier when the piece is larger than those really tiny pieces.
Well, it's a tiny doll.
It's really ridiculously tiny. I'm sorry, but oh, so tiny. Yeah.
Still has a chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's a chip on the shoulder, and there's a little bit more shaving to do here. It kind of depends on how much do you want.
If you have that much, just sewing it a little bit. That helps.
Okay. The problem is the angle. I'm gonna try the other angle.
If it doesn't catch, you probably can't sew.
Well, I'm just gonna go for a little bit of this.
That elbow grease.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah. There's this beautiful curve. That is the problem.
But you want a beautiful curve.
It's very pretty and it's problematic. But then, you know, all beauty is hard won usually. No, we'll call that done for the moment. And here, neck work. Let's see what works best. There's not a lot of space to go in.
And we have liftoff.
So, oh, yeah. Put them some really interesting music that makes you go, you know, this is exciting. This is
explosions.
Like yes. This is like the most interesting thing that you could possibly be doing.
Nah, I'll put running water under it or something.
Okay. Super zen.
Super zen, indeed.
It is actually exciting because it's just pieces of plastic shaped to a certain way, and then we're making a doll out of it.
Yep.
So it's
indeed.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going nether regions.
Yep, be very careful. It's a good thing it's gender neuter.
Yeah.
You can't cut off anything important.
Yes, indeed. It's only plastic. Yeah, that was such a small piece, there was no way I was gonna
not jump.
Yeah, I was gonna actually catch that. So Yeah, it came off very straight. Put that in the middle.
Yeah.
And then
you have, I think you have one more thing here, which I saw. Okay. Yeah, make sure you check on your table that you have everything.
Indeed. Okay, well this is easy enough. This probably came off when there was another one that didn't.
Just that went to the neighbors. That's to give them something to enjoy.
Yeah, always bring gifts to the neighbors, right? Well, that was so straight that I don't even need to do anything. Wow. But I will anyway, because I can. It's actually catching a little bit on the side. I think that belongs over there, but I'm not sure. I'll leave that up to you. So now, final pieces. This one
is the head.
Try to get it as straight off as possible. Would you go in this direction or would you go in that direction? I think this one is the more likelihood of me going straight.
I think that's up to you.
Okay, in that case, that's my decision.
Lift off.
Oh man.
One more cut, I think. Is that on the inside?
Yeah, that actually left a side piece. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here. See?
Yeah. I'll. Yeah. You need to try and dig that out.
So I have to. Because this is the neck opening.
My advice is actually, I think you should probably break the. I'm gonna break this knife to get a new point. You take this for a second.
Okay.
So if you've never done it before, there is at the back of these things there is a thingy that has a slit. And then you take out your knife. You see the break line here. Take it out as far as the break line, and slit it into the slits, and then you break it, which is always a bit tricky.
The whole idea is to get a new sharp
points. Okay, I'm gonna seriously put some pressure on this. There you go.
There you go.
And then the piece you of course throw away.
Piece is very dangerous.
So you have now a fresh knife here, a knife point. And if you're going to do that, try to dig out that little bit. I'll put this back on. I'm very not fiddly today. Oh, there you go. Is to retract the knife as far as you can go and still have enough, because then you have the most control.
Right, I understand, yes. Because it's being held in place by these...
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise the blade may just slip by.
So there's a piece, whoop, tumble, tumble. There's a piece sticking out.
Yeah, and that needs to go.
And I just want to kind of get a tiny bit.
And you have to see if you want to saw or
I think I want to saw a bit. Sort of like put a little bit of control over what I'm doing and not let it jump. It's still quite an amount of sticking out stuff. Aha! Better.
Yeah, I think I'm going to re-up the model and take this one away and also put in a couple of extra arm elbows, just in case they run off on people.
Yeah, because they're teeny tiny.
They are teeny tiny. So hopefully next time this won't be an issue. How are we doing?
Better.
I also have, if it's helpful.
What's that?
That's a what do you call that?
Sort of like
Dremel type of thing. Yeah.
It's a round sander or something.
Yeah. You can try if that takes away some of it. You have to put your thumb while your thumb is on there. It works.
Yeah.
Take it off. It doesn't work.
Okay. So I want to try this on a piece that doesn't matter because I have never used this before.
I think on a small piece it might not be. Oh, maybe a bigger piece, yeah.
Need to know how it works and what it does.
It's just shaped a little bit off.
Right.
It may or may not be the right tool for this. You'll have to see.
Well, because there's a round piece here. If you can see the thing moving, that's what I'm feeling when I do my finger over it. And so, the light catches it maybe now better. So.
A noise maker. It's a noise maker.
I think it's doing the job. I'm not putting a huge amount of pressure on because I'm not familiar with the tool.
There shouldn't have to be too much pressure on it. A little bit. I'm not...
Okay, I'm liking this tool.
It's I find the control of this tool on a flat surface is more difficult than on a concave surface like this.
I'd imagine that it's specifically for rounded.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if it turns out that you need to make a bigger space, if you need a bigger space for the S-hook, you can probably use this tool as well. So you can try it on the head, on the body.
Okay, well there's an idea. Am I doing this for any reason?
Oh, that's she's backwards.
Oh, a little bum. Okay.
So how does it feel when you move it?
Yeah,
smooth,
nice and round. Yeah.
Then you're there. Then so far as you need to go.
You can still see there is a bit left, so you may need to get more out.
Only if it impedes the movement, basically, because it's inside.
No, it's well, you saw it move. Are you happy with this movement?
Yeah.
It doesn't slant to a side or anything. Hello, I am almost a doll. I'm working on it. What do you think?
This camera actually recognizes the face as a person.
Yeah, we've had the main camera sort of zoom in on the dolls instead of us going, hey, there's a person behind you. Great. Okay, last bit. That should be fairly straight. She says, famous last words, so I'm gonna take care that I'm
try not to cut off the ear.
Doing things neatly. Thanks.
Don't worry, it's the last one.
Don't worry, she says after
it's the last
20 of them in my fingers.
Get you calluses.
Yes, after it stops bleeding. No, it wasn't that bad. But it is, you can feel it. Yeah, that's definitely...
Well, you have to suffer for your art.
Or your hobby, or your passion.
Anything that's worth doing is worth suffering over.
Well, there's always a little bit of stuff that is not so comfortable if you want to get things done.
Indeed.
And that's just part of life, so we accept it.
Yep.
See, now that I didn't do so badly.
No.
Okay, we have a head.
Yep. So you can now try to lay him out.
The back of the head. It's a him?
Him, her.
Oh, we don't know. Okay.
When you put a skirt on it, it's a her. If you put a...
Okay, that fits just nicely. So we have this non-binary. This would be
so the leg
thigh. I don't know which way goes up.
No, the slit is always front ways, and then you try it in. Usually the leg is sort of curves a little bit this way, so this is the right one. So that would not be the right one. So
okay,
but it's difficult to see on those which way they are. So on the model, on the original model, that's why I got two. So this one's actually lined up. This one's the right one to slip in there.
Okay, that's
and move that one around.
Useful to know. Yeah. Now that's probably not what I think it is. No, that's probably an arm piece.
No, that's a lower leg.
It is not. What did I just say? So lower leg.
So the trick to know if a lower leg is correct is to try and fit the knee part that should be fitting together. No.
Yeah.
They should the front ways.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah, they should fit in the round upstairs.
Like this?
No. I mean the knee part on the lower leg. So put this aside. Just fit the two parts together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. And if it fits nice. Right, so try the other one to see if you've got the one that's right, the right fit. So no, take one of each, yeah, okay. And try that. Is that a better fit?
Yeah.
So that's the right one.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is why you lay it out, so you know.
Yeah, I think so. I think this one is just less happy than that one. But this is definitely.
Don't worry, people get it all right wrong all the time. So don't worry about it.
But the kneecaps are.
The kneecaps are unisex, so they can go in any which side.
Ambidextrous kneecaps. And then we have some
feet.
Foot and foot. Now that should be easy to tell because the toes need to be pointing in a certain direction.
Yeah, and the heel needs to be in the right direction. If you reverse them, try reversing them.
Yeah, well that looks really silly.
Yeah, that looks really silly. So
it's like when you put your shoes. People never put their shoes away the wrong way because it's counterintuitive. So this is an arm socket.
Yes, the arm sockets with the ball. Yeah, the ball goes up. And the slit goes forward, and then the arm folds in a certain way. Let me see. So this is at the moment the arm folds. It needs to go into the socket like this. So you have the elbow at the front right now. So I'd say this way.
I'm doing very well. Every single one is the wrong side.
And now try.
Now we try this thing or something.
Yeah, you try again to line them up.
Well, that lines up beautifully. So could it be?
And then you try. Then when you're pretty sure they're lined up right, then you try reverse just to make sure.
Okay.
And then you know for sure because that might line up really much better. It probably doesn't. So with the arms, it's easier to see them with the knees.
Okay, well it wasn't a question of seeing, it was just I'm gonna assume that the little peanuts here are ambidextrous.
Yes.
Now, and then we have the hands, so the thumb needs to go up. So
there you are.
Here. Why do I know that? Because I have hands and I just look at them because I had no idea.
Yes.
So
now you know.
No, I know. So here's a little doll.
So here's a little doll. And so next step is stringing.
Oh my god. Yes, shall we do that next time?
No.
Oh, you want me to do that now?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Where's the string?
It's the round thing that's in there. There's a little round white thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's your elastic.
Is it? This looks like fishing wire.
Yeah, but it's an elastic actually. It's 0.7 millimeter elastic. We'll have to find the beginning somewhere.
Yeah. This is where I show my age. Okay. Well, there is a little flippy thing. Hold on.
She got it.
I don't know. I think I may.
Yeah, baby, she got it.
Of course, you gave me one that wasn't opened yet.
Yes, because I knew there was enough string on it now.
Okay, this one I'm actually gonna. So I just need something to flip it up because I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only need 3 hands for it.
Okay. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's 0.7 millimeter wide.
Okay.
And it's elastic. Try it out. It's elastic.
Oh. Jeep. Yeah, it's not super elastic, but it is.
It's enough. It doesn't need to be super elastic.
So, well, I know that you need to do something with the legs. That go from the head to the legs, and then it goes back, and then you got arms. Yeah.
Basically, it's 3 loops. It's 1 loop for one leg going down up into the head, 1 loop going down up for the other leg up into the head, and then 1 loop through the arms that may or may not go up into the head, but is not always necessary.
Okay. I have a question. What's the first one?
I usually start with the legs.
Okay, I'll go with your experience.
Yeah, so I suggest you
put the arms to the side in their own little spaces.
Yeah, very good idea.
head
goes on last anyway.
Head and body can sort of live over there for the moment.
Yeah.
So,
actually, you need the body first to make a measurement.
Okay, yeah, I do.
You want to measure it roughly what length it's gonna be.
Something like that.
Yeah.
One time or looped?
You're gonna. It doesn't really matter, but you have to make sure that you have a little bit tension to make it all the way to the top. So otherwise you don't have enough tension on it.
Yeah.
And then keep it a little longer because that's easier to string. And you might as well keep it a lot longer in this case. So go for it.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Just something like that. It should be
something
right.
like that, and another.
You don't
one.
have to. With the doll being so small, you don't have to skimp on.
This is true.
On elastic. If you have a big
we
doll,
we got almost 70 centimeters here. So. Well, it says. Oh no, this is a millimeter size.
Yeah, I think we have a couple of meters, so don't worry about it.
I think I won't need that much.
So you're doing one leg at a time.
Yeah.
Which is, I always recommend that.
And shall I just chop the?
You're chopping one
wire?
leg. Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay. So.
So do you have one leg or two legs right now?
Well, this is the theory.
Yes, but like I said, you're doing one leg at a time. So this is two legs. This is both legs.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
No.
So cut the thing in half, and just gonna make an extra knot. The theory of doing the whole two legs in one go has its pros and cons, but also has to do with the space inside of the body where you want to put all your knots and all that kind of thing. But it actually makes life a lot more difficult. Yeah. So why bother?
Now, from our stringing episodes, I remember that you start with the foot.
Yes.
And then you wriggle until it comes out the other end, and I can see it coming out. But I might need one of those.
I have a tweezer somewhere.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Well, I don't know if you can. The camera can actually pick that up because it's so thin. But
well, it came out, so just
it came out.
Dangle it, and we can see it.
Dangly bits.
Dangly, it's there.
Yeah. So
that's going to be your length of your leg, and so it's going to go.
And I want to line this up, right? So that it's even.
Okay, so now you have to check your knee first.
I check my knee first, okay.
I usually do that at this point, because it does matter if it's upside down or not. So you do a test, indeed.
So do I want it this way, or do I want it?
No, not
that way.
No, not backwards, frontwards, upside down side.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
The back is always where the openings are. So that's always the back. So
this looks good.
Yeah.
And now I try the other way,
just to make sure.
Because I have no idea what I'm looking for. This looks less good.
Well, then it was the other way around.
Because see, this now, yeah, when I press, it's actually okay. But let's go back to the first way.
It's very often that way, that the wrong way is not a really bad way. It's just better this way. Okay.
Doesn't that look nice?
That looks nice. Now what you do is you
solid.
Carefully put it down. Then you check the knee. And check the other one, and put that one in the right direction as well.
Huh.
So you may have to turn it upside down, to turn it sideways, so you can see the more telling side, which is the underside.
Yeah. Well, I can already see it, but yeah, I'll do both this way.
Yeah.
This is because you can see this going up. Yeah. And that's going up as well.
So and then you put that one aside in the right
direction.
And
do the other way.
Exactly.
So
it'll save you some time later.
That's my decision on this one. So that one stays in that direction.
Yeah.
This one stays in this direction.
And you don't sneeze very loudly.
I'm just gonna string both wires at the same time. And I will continue to do that until you tell me I'm doing things wrong.
No, this is perfect.
You know, this is easy because this is, you know,
beadwork.
Beads. We've all had training as kids with beading. And then how far do I go through the socket here?
You go all the way through, but you may not be able to do that. Try it, but you may not be able to do it.
All the way through to the neck?
Yep.
Okay.
But I think you may not be able to do that. Because it's going to be wiggly.
Yeah, the tops, actually this one had, because this was the original starter, I'm just going to take that little piece off because it's not straight. Now it's a lot more straight. And it might behave or not. And oh, it has a will of its own.
Well, I think you're probably not going to be able to do it. So, how about you?
I'm gonna try.
You want to try?
I'm gonna try.
And I think you sneezed.
I guess I did.
You shouldn't sneeze,
but we'll figure it out. So the thing is, I can't make it stick together all the way to the top. What I could try is to do one at a time, but I don't see any way to get it in there.
So what you should do?
I need a...
Yeah, but you first need to put a knot in it, otherwise it can't pull on it.
Okay.
So put a knot quite at the top, because you're going to cut off the ends anyway. And you'll put another knot in later.
Yep. And this is where it helps that I've got a lot of crocheting experience, because I can put knots.
Right, yeah. It doesn't need to go all the way at the top. You can have some ends leaving over.
Okay, well, you know.
It's just so the puller.
Yeah.
The puller actually has something to pull on.
I understand.
Yeah.
So puller.
The question is, does it go through?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Just this is a little tight, but and then hook it in and pull it through,
up.
And then hope it doesn't get stuck. Yeah. It's just because of the knot.
Just ease it through.
Yeah.
There should be enough room. Ah, there is enough room.
Yeah, but the knot might not want to go. There's the knot. Yeah.
There is not the knot.
Oh, it unknotted itself. So, here we go. And now I would like some clamps.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you would like a clamp.
Yes, because I have earned it. I've earned the use of a clamp.
You have earned here. Hemostats! There you go.
Thanks, nurse.
You actually, if you don't have a clamp, well, you actually have to know how to use a clamp.
Yeah, well, it's my first time.
If you don't have a clamp, it's not a biggie in this case, because you have that much more elastic. You can just put a knot here, and then put something else on it, like a clothes bag or something, and you'll be fine. So
I'm gonna reposition this knee business. I remember the position, but I'm testing, and that is a beautiful fit, and it is the same where the bottom is high.
Yeah.
Bottom opening. So that's fine. The next piece of string. And we continue.
The game goes on.
Keep on going on. So
can it be can it be over your nose so you don't see anything?
Sure, I don't care. At this point we've already got 45 minutes of me looking down.
But your hands are so interesting.
Oh, it's so interesting. And then I have to do this because it's a little bit close up. Yeah, it's coming out, but not as easily as the other one.
Do you need a
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea because I've... Ooh, I see. No, it's not high enough for that.
Not yet.
Maybe I'll just roll it around a bit and... Oh, that's it. It's the squirmy thing.
The squirmy thing, yeah, it's because it's slippery plastic that works with the squirmy. It actually also worked with regular elastic. You just squirm until it comes through.
Okay.
Or when there's a tuft of the outer material comes through, and then you can get it with the pliers or with the tweezers.
Okay.
I love tweezers. Also love hemostat clamps.
Yes, that is fun. You know, I didn't need it. I could put a knot in it, but this is more fun.
Yes, it is more fun.
You know, playing nurse, playing surgery. Yeah, and the kneecap. And the thigh. Now these are easy because the holes are large. So,
and then you're gonna need
stringed up, and then I need to put a little knot in and not be as meticulous as the crocheter is used to.
Pull it tight. Pull it nice and tight. Tighter. Just tightest.
Tightest. Okay, I'm done with the tight.
So because then it becomes the smallest. So leave the okay.
Yeah, no, it needs to go up a little because I had it very close to the.
Yeah, I need a little room.
I need to get in here because there's now less space in here actually. Although looks okay.
Try to get the right hole out.
Yep. That was my intention. Oh, hook. Pulley. Much better. Yeah, I didn't. A smaller knot will help. So I don't need to unknot this at the moment, so we can leave it for a moment.
You can hemostat it if you want.
I will, because
yeah, if you want, you can actually start looking at an S hook at this point.
At this point already, okay.
Yeah, because basically you can get the head on. So
okay,
and you will find out why it's so much easier to put the knot in the head, and that's usually what you don't want, but in this case. So the thing about the S hook is that you need one that actually fits through the slits. There.
Okay, so I need to
find the right one.
So this is probably maximum. So the smallest part needs to go through, right?
Yeah. No, the whole S hook needs to be able to go through the slits.
Now, listen, we don't have an actual centimeter or inch meter here, but come on, that's small.
It's under a centimeter, yes. I think that's gonna be.
And I'm big. Already small, so it can go through, but not in one go.
No, it needs to go through.
See.
Yeah, so
no way.
Okay, so the options that we have is look for another one.
Yeah, you're smaller.
Yeah, but it needs to be big enough.
Very small.
Yeah, so I think in this case that one's even bigger. I think.
What about clamping it a bit?
Yeah, we can reduce it in size a bit.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Well, I can probably use this for the moment.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't go wide enough.
Okay, let me show you.
Oh, we can use it. You use the clamp to do that.
No. Just hold on to this. Okay.
No,
so don't do this at home, kids, because I can't get to the pliers right now. I don't think it did very much. So if you ever do that, make sure you don't hurt
your enamel.
Yeah.
Don't have the dentist be angry with you. No, see?
No, okay.
It is almost the size of the opening.
But the hemostat clamps are not for
the small part fits through beautifully. And that is about, if you see, I don't know if the camera can see it, but that is about the size of what goes through. So
we'll have to go for one of the other ones.
Use a teeny tiny one.
Yeah.
But it's not as strong as that would fit.
Yeah. Okay. Go for that one.
Okay.
And then see if it's still it needs to be sideways and then not fall out when it's through. So that's the thing. When it goes sideways.
This is small, people.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop. And now check on the inside that if it's at an angle that it will sit on. Yeah, it will. Okay. Yes, it doesn't go sideways through as well.
Right.
That's what you want.
So it is wider than the opening.
Yeah.
And it is big enough to go through if you don't drop it.
Yes.
And it goes through the opening by itself.
Yeah. Flop. Flop.
Okay, so how do I do that here? And why do I do that before dealing with the arms?
It doesn't matter when you do it. It needs to be done at some point.
Okay, now's a good time.
Now's a good time.
So what do I do?
Okay. Let me show you. What you need to do is get a little bit of tension on here.
Yep.
Then you make your knots. So you have a little bit of tension here, and then we put the S-hook in. So I'm going to do that with my more teeth.
Oh, I have a hand.
You want to pull? Yeah. So you want to get at least 2 of these. 1, 2. I don't see a damn thing because it's really so small. And then you can let it go. Did I get 2?
At least, yeah.
Okay, 2. Well, 2 is half of what's there.
Yeah, it looked like 2. I'll check when I have it in my hands.
And there you go. And the rest is cut off.
Okay. And then I can put the head on.
Yes, you can put the head on. Of course, that's probably the last thing you actually do.
No, I want to do that.
Hey, let's go put the head on.
Hey.
Jeez.
Yeah, go through all this trouble. I want to be the one to put the head on. So, do I just get all this?
No, just feed it through, but you need to feed not from the inside of the head, of course.
Not?
You shouldn't need to do that, but sure, if you want.
Okay. Well,
you can just feed it through by hand, but this one's maybe faster.
That's what my instincts tell me. So I got not bum side again.
Yeah, and then you pull that and the S-hook through.
Take the S-hook through here, and then I pull. Haha. I might need something.
You might need to hook it and pull.
But that's okay. Yeah, I will need to have something. Not this thing.
I have another hook. You can try this one. Yeah. Maybe small enough.
Yep, it is.
And then you pull.
Blink. Ah, that was it. The knot.
The knot is in the way.
The knot was what.
Yeah. So like I said, this is the reason. I mean, it's actually flopping back, so you need to put it properly at the slats.
Yeah, but now I can actually. It keeps wanting to do that.
Yeah. This is the reason why you don't want the knot in the head.
Yes, I have just found this out. Indeed, because it just keeps doing that.
Yes.
So okay, we'll fix that later. Let's look at the arms first.
And you can, if you can leave the head on if you want.
Look at this little upside down foot.
Kicky fella.
He's cute. He's suddenly like, hey, what's going on? I got legs. Wah! Right. Arm.
Yep. You need to measure more elastic.
Okay. Does it have to go both ways again, or just one way?
It just goes one way. One loop through.
One loop.
That's it. Approximately. Cut.
Yeah, it's a bit on the much side.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because, like I said, we had enough.
We can chop this off.
So if you do it for a bigger doll, you would be more stingy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to keep...
Now, you can do what you did with the feet on one side, but on the other side you're going to have to do something else.
Yes.
Because you don't want the knots over there.
No. I understand. I figured the knot we'll probably want in the middle.
Yes.
So, but I'm going to start here. Hand. Lower arm.
So we've already checked that the lower arms fits with the upper arms.
Yes. And
I already know that the elbows are any which way is fine.
Okay.
So we don't have to check that.
That's a happiness. And that's easy to see because the socket goes into...
Yep.
The bumpy bit goes into the socket. Now I'm going to go through one wire for a change. I'll go through... It needs to navigate some stuff here. There you go. More.
Now with your energetic pulling, when you go through something, don't pull so hard that you pull it out the other end.
I know, I'm being careful.
I'll go hold on to it, or maybe you can clamp it so it doesn't...
Hey, another clamp!
Yay!
Awesome!
Any reason, any excuse to clamp.
Yes. Nah, in this case it's not going to go anywhere because I'm aware of the...
So, now you need to go back. Same way.
Okay. Oh, I got hands, I got arms, hold on. Awesome. Getting there. So, I want to go back like this, right?
Yep.
Does it matter? No, it doesn't.
Which one you start
because
first?
Because it's got a lot. We've got a lot of extra space in the in the elastic. This is fairly easy compared to some of the bits on the feet.
Yeah, the feet are a little bit more fiddly, like that.
Okay.
So yeah, leave that for now.
Leave that out and go through this side. Yeah, if you put through something to pull it through, then you can do, of course, a bunch of them in a row, but this is just a question of patience.
Stringing is always a question of patience.
Yeah.
So,
you want to kind of tighten them up together? Is that an idea?
That's fine. You'll re-tighten some more later.
Yeah, because I've got a little bit of a
now the trick is
here.
The trick is you put one of the ends through the torso, but not the other one.
One of them through the torso. Through?
Yeah, like you did before.
Yeah, okay, I think I see this coming. Just so you don't get the knot at the wrist end of things.
Yes.
Because then it starts to show.
Yeah, ideally you want it in the torso, but sometimes you end up in the upper arm. But either are good, as long as they don't end up in any of the movable parts. And then so you pull, you start pulling it tight. Because this is where you actually get the tension on it. It doesn't need to be as tight as the legs, because that's also a matter of preference. But they're not going to. She's not going to stand on her arms, so they don't need to be as tight as that. And then you do the same thing I did.
It's got a little. See, you can see there's a little bit of tension on the arms.
It can be a little bit tighter. So now you start pulling out.
I'm gonna do one more set here. Pull out.
Yeah, get both ends, and now put a knot as close to the doll as you can.
Yeah. Is this one of those flat knots or one of these round knots?
Just a round knot. Your basic round single knot.
Okay, because if it's a flat knot, then I would clamp it first, and then I can do a beautiful flat knot.
It's beautiful, and if the wire was bigger and the doll was bigger, it would be much appreciated, but not right now. If you do it with a bungee cord on a doll that size, then yes.
Yeah, and anybody out there who is like a crocheter or anything having to do with yarn, thin or thick, then you know that you sometimes really want a flat knot, because it's just
as close to the doll as you can.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I'm not pulling yet.
But if you need to make a second one to get it done, that's fine.
No, yes. But so far I still have time to make this knot happen.
This not happen?
Yeah, this could not happen. Please see the subtitles, which will probably say something completely different. Because the subtitles think we're speaking Dutch. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. And
here, how about this?
Yeah.
How's this for a knot?
Yeah, not tight enough.
Not tight enough.
There's still a lot of, well, it's actually it's not too bad.
Yeah, the girl can put a knot in things.
She's very naughty. Well, I think you're nearly done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little more tension on the knot. Okay.
Yeah, put as much tension on the knot as possible, because this material will slowly unravel if you don't.
Yeah, I noticed.
So make sure you actually get a
really,
good strong
really
knot in
tight.
it.
Yeah.
And then
it's actually tighter than the legs at this point.
So the legs can have another push.
Okay, we have a person.
Yes.
With sort of a head here.
Yeah, I think you need to pull up, remove some.
Well,
the umbilical cord needs to go.
It's sort of like a couple of umbilical cords coming from weird places. What do I do next?
Cut this. Yeah,
do the
chop, and make sure that not too close to the knot, or it's gonna unwind.
Yeah.
Further away.
Further.
And then wiggle. Yeah.
And then have it come inside.
Yeah, just wiggle it into the torso.
Yeah. Go in.
So you need to keep it a little bit long on this material because otherwise it unravels really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wanting to stay outside.
Yeah.
Because the knot's actually on the outside, but I can try.
Oh, this is just fiddle about until
Yes.
it does what you want.
Yeah. So say something interesting. So while I fiddle.
You're putting me on the spot.
When's the first time they made a super teeny tiny one like this?
That's a good question. I think they actually started off with SD sized dolls, so 60 centimeter dolls. And it wasn't at least a couple of years before they started to do anything smaller. The Volks company who made it actually started off with figurines in about 20-25 centimeter fully articulated Barbie-esque kind of dolls, but not from resin, but from plastic, injection molded plastic. So they started off with the big ones first. And then they had they had the smaller size, the MSD, and yeah, later I'm not sure when they started to do little ones. Yay! She got it! She got it! She got it!
Hooks is a crocheter's best friend.
Yes. Also a person who does ball jointed dolls.
Yes. Now.
Oh.
Isn't that a cutie?
We're nearly done.
We're nearly done. It's like, see? That becomes that. Oops.
Yeah.
Not done yet, but
nearly.
It's much improved.
Mm-mm.
Of course, you have sort of like debris, which is actually surprisingly
little.
Yeah, it's little, but it's sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, don't leave it lying around for people to accidentally do stuff with.
Indeed. Now, so what's left is we need to take care of
the knots. We want a knot inside, so you can take the head off. So you can take the head off now.
So I should take it off now. Okay,
that's the idea. Because the knot actually impedes the movement of the head and stuff, so it needs to go inside.
Yeah.
And that's not. It's more fiddly. Just cut off the ends.
We go again. Cut off the ends.
Yeah, not too close.
Yeah.
About 1.5 centimeters from the knot.
About there?
Yeah, about there. Yeah. So if you do it for a big doll, it would be tighter, but like I said, these knots do undo themselves.
Yeah.
So you need to pull a leg.
You need to pull a leg
carefully, and you need to see about just getting the knot inside first.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just a lot of wiggly stuff. And how this is done, it's a little bit because we have one knot for all four.
Yeah. See, if I'd known that with my crocheting background, I would have put the knot somewhere else. I am capable of doing that, but putting it straight at the top means that you actually create this problem.
Yeah. So what you could do, let's see.
So clampy people.
Yeah. You're going to try to undo the knot?
Well, the option is to undo the knot and give the same loop.
One
try
knot.
to show the loop and then put the knot lower than the top of the loop.
Right. Go ahead.
That's what I would do.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I am not a knowledgeable doll person, of course. Is this a hint?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Because my fingers are not sharp. They don't come into sharp points. I found this very much lacking in my fingers.
And then the whole thing is translucent, so let me see what's going on here. First she tells me to make a really good knot and pull it, and then she tells me to take it apart.
Yeah, well, this is how stringing works sometimes.
Yeah, I remember from our stringing episodes that it's a lot of knotting and unknotting,
yep.
knotting and unknotting,
knotting and
And it is the way it's supposed to be. Although it kind of feels like,
if you made the doll and it's your own factory where you put them together, you will be able to do it smarter and faster. Even though I did make this doll.
Yeah, but I take great pride in undoing knots, actually.
I've only actually done
undoing.
I've only put the one in this size together and the one in that size together, and I used bungee cord for that one.
Wow. Wow. But didn't you enlist the help of a very strong physiotherapist for that?
I didn't need it for that one.
There was one you did it for.
Yep.
You needed
the Iron Man one. Yep, he needed to pull that.
Yes, like, hey, physiotherapist, if you have a couple of minutes, could you please
pull my leg, literally.
And what did he say?
He loved it. Well, he's that kind of dude.
Well, he loves anatomy, of course.
Yeah.
That's his whole life, isn't it?
Yep, he loves all my dolls.
Skeletons and fantastic. I'm sure that he has a lot of fun stories to tell when he gets home.
For the Iron Man one, he actually took a picture for his kid because he was like, he's gonna want to know.
Oh, it's too bad that the kid can't be there to see it.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Yeah. Well, halfway, but I don't. The translucency is the thing why I'm not actually quite.
You can try. Pushing at the knot with the blunt end of this.
Yes, that is what I would do.
Needle.
I've got more stuff coming out. Blunt ends of needles are great because then you can actually push in and figure out where you are and where the wedge space is. Not wedgie.
Wedgie.
This poor little thing doesn't have a wedgie yet. Doesn't even have clothes.
Well, the bigger size has clothes, and she can get a wedgie. She has bloomers.
Okay.
Bloomers can give you a wedgie. How rude! How rude!
So rude. Okay. At least I'm shifting it. Well, what I've actually accomplished, without knowing, I've shifted the knot. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
So it could potentially go in if that's enough.
Oh, yeah. So you put the S-hook back on.
Yeah.
And hold on to that S-hook with a something. Possibly another hemostat, or that will do, yes.
Yeah. Give a little tension. Let go. And then
wiggle it into the inside.
See if I can make this go a bit lower, and then what I did.
You hold on to the.
Yeah.
You actually hold on to the body, and we start putting the legs. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, you hold on to the body, and I'll put the legs, because then they go. Wait.
Oh.
Well, that was a possibility too. No big deal.
Yeah, one of the legs endings. Let go.
Okay, so then you come back to
That's
earlier.
I loosened it.
This is fine actually, because it's fine. Now you can put the knot back in, put another knot in there, and then we string it the old-fashioned way, and just move the knot down when we string it. That's the easier way. I mean, there's like 100,000 ways to get there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we didn't undo the leg, so you can just knot it up.
If the camera doesn't show up very well what I'm doing, well, I can barely
see it.
I can see it, but it's sort of my skin color, because it has no color.
And remember, there was about a centimeter and a half of space for the knot, so you can have more than that.
Is that okay?
Yeah, something like that.
So, how tight? Preferably not too tight if I have to undo it.
No, you shouldn't. Basically, the knots we're doing should not have to be undone unless we made a mistake. In that case, but then we can't know ahead of time if we're going to make a mistake.
Okay, I got two similar knots.
So you need to make it really tight, otherwise they come undone when we're stringing.
Okay. Giving it a lot of tension. Okay.
And
now. Haha! See?
Haha!
Whoa.
Yeah. So first thing you do is actually.
It's got a magnet on it.
Yeah, that's cute. You can put an S-hook on it.
It is very cute if it picks up heavy metal instruments.
Yeah. You do need to move the knot first on the leg. Move the knot to go Yeah, so it doesn't sit at the top of the loop anymore.
Understood. How about that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Inside the body.
And not too far down was going to end up inside the leg, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So find the golden zone.
The goalie zone.
The Goldilocks zone.
Yes. Now that might be a little on the low side, but
so take it up a little bit, yeah.
At least it moves fairly easily, which it didn't really with the arms. There's a lot of
resistance.
Back and forth. Yeah. So only now. This thing is wanting to. Right. Everything metal goes over there. Crazy.
So one at a time, and make sure you get the right leg down the right hole.
Yeah, let's lay it out first, because and it's the foot that actually tells you. Toes, big toe inward. Right, I'm good. And pull this up. Pull this up.
It's usually you can twist it a little bit. That might help. Because the opening may not be 100% circular, it may be oval. Okay. You find your way through that way.
Yeah, slowly. Wow, it's slower than the previous time. Ah, because there's so much tension. I didn't realize there was that much tension on it. Okay,
actually,
so
I think you're probably.
Oh, I probably got the arms.
Oh yeah, you picked up the arms along the way. Yeah. Okay. Well, just go back.
So I know how to do this, because I need to get the hook to. Cause see, I've got the arm here.
Yeah.
So I need to turn it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't pick up the arm, hopefully. Now, of course, it won't go in the side. Just go in. Hopefully, I don't pick up the arms.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Hemostat?
No, S-hook.
Or just
S-hook. This material.
S-hook or
this material, as fun as it is to have the hemostat, I think you should try not to clamp it too much, because it damages the material.
Yeah. I saw it. It put a little dent in it.
And it's fine for the stuff for the ends you cut off, but you're not cutting off any of this. So at this point, you use the S-hook as a hemostat.
Well, this S-hook is similar as, what is it called? It doesn't have an up and a down, so it doesn't matter which side is.
A real S, yes.
Yeah. And then we go again.
Yeah. And now you go the other hole.
I need to know, okay, picking up the thingy, so I need to go back in, turn, so that it won't pick up the arms, elastic bands, and then go as straight as I can. Up through to, and this is where it's,
yes.
Oh, look at that.
And then you hook it over the S-hook. Yes.
Sweet. Okay. So now
you should be able to put the head on.
Yeah. I think it's a decent amount of tension. It's not super tight. Arms are a bit tighter. But and then we have a head, which goes in like that, and then this time it should fit, because there's no knot in its way.
The very, very big S-hook puller.
Yeah,
on the
it's
very
just
tiny.
Because I can't get my finger in there. Yeah, the thing is,
there you go. Oh,
that's the thing, is that the bottom end is still. If we make the bottom end a little wider.
Yeah, I don't have the pliers right now.
Yeah.
So you could do that, yes. Make it a little wider, or get a S-hook that's a little bit more suited.
So I think at this point, this is about as far as we can take this.
Yeah. Yeah, I also don't have a magnet yet. We'll do that another time.
But I'll put it together and lay down our little dolly. And it's gonna be kicking and going. Wee!
Wee, 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 wee.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
well
it.
Done.
Well done, you.
Wow. That was a lot of work. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, it's a cutie. looks fairly large on a close-up, but it's tiny.
Can you get me the eyes out of the box?
So
we'll do that this next time as well. But it has eyes, and I believe like this size is the right size. Yeah, they fit, but they're a little bit large, so you can actually go one down. Oh, fiddly, fiddly, fiddly.
And what millimeters are we talking about now?
I do believe this is a 6mm eye. Can we even see that?
It's so tiny.
It's a little bit more difficult to put in straight because the eye socket is a little bit... there you go. And there it is.
Yeah.
Oops.
You could even go with a smaller one if you have it.
Yeah, you need one with a smaller iris. The problem is they don't exist. Those are actually bear eyes. You can try to put that in. If you put some white putty behind it, it might work. These are glass bear eyes. This is my tiny box of tiny eyes.
Yeah, all of this is tiny.
So yeah, I think it's probably this and then a little bit of putty to put the whites, make the whites white, and to put it in place. You may have to cut off an end if you want to do it, because it's going to stick out a little bit. You'll have to see. So
right,
really smart.
Very, very cool project.
Thank you.
So anyone can do this if they order this from this set here.
Yeah, they get this set like this, and then can cut it up that way and have a dolly like this.
Yeah, and then you can go to town with dressing and face up
and basically
blushing.
So the size up is this one. Is a USD size, so if you have a USD pattern and you simply copy it at 50% size, you will have patterns for this little fella.
Wow.
Because it's exactly the same size, just half of it.
Yeah. Super cool, super cool.
Thank you for putting it together.
You're welcome. Thank you for making me.
Hey, that's what sisters are for.
Let's put it this way. Thank you for challenging me to do something semi-creative. So I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I can actually see you all.
Hello.
And that was good fun. I hope you have fun stringing your dolls as well and coming up with all sorts of wonderful ways to make your projects and order new things and just challenge yourself and have fun with stuff.
Yes.
And if you can do it together, even better, because that's
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Get together and have fun together. And next time we'll have something else for you. So if you like this, please give us a thumbs up. And subscribe to our channel, and if you ring the bell, then you will get notifications for every new video that we get, and some will be not as long as this one. I think this is our top longest one so far.
Yes.
We've had one long one before, but
this is gonna top it.
This is super involved.
Really cool for you for staying all the way to the end.
Thank you for watching this. We're really, really happy to have you. And enjoy your dolls, and we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.